reporter was Fife Robertson. This unimposing piece of paper, signed in December 1961, was the start of a venture that shook the world of show business. A young, unknown Liverpool businessman signed up four rather scruffy, unknown lads with no experience of management and with the handicap of being provincial. They crashed into Tin Pan Alley. In 1963, several hit records and a royal variety show later, Beatlemania hit Britain. Brian Epstein, the man who built the Beatles into a cult, is now as well known as they are. And next week, his book, called A Cellar Full of Noise, is published. And in it, he relates his own personal history. You wrote in this book, "We knew that America would make us or break us as world stars. In fact, she made us." I noticed, going through the book, that you're always referring to the Beatles as us and we. You know, how much do you identify yourself with them?
This is strange, actually, because in the beginning, I was very fierce about the business of the manager not being known at all. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know, but it's just happened to me, actually. And
was it consciously done? Were you conscious of doing this?
Not really.
Sort of projecting
not at
Brian
all.
Epstein?
Actually, for a long time, for at least 12 months afterwards, you know, I was careful about even letting my name be mentioned. And I believe I was told by a reporter from a national newspaper that I was terribly awkward with my first interview. But it did happen. You know, I quite enjoy sort of doing programs and bits of television and things now. I mean,
you enjoy it, but do you ever envy the Beatles?
No, no.
What don't you envy about them then?
Well, I couldn't do obviously I couldn't do what they do. It's not my job.
Can I quote from another part of the book? You say, "Though I employ the sort of people who can make wise and honourable decisions, I'm loath to give them the power to do so." Now, why do you find yourself unable to delegate this kind of power?
I don't know. I've always found this in all sorts of businesses in which I've been connected, that I am not good at delegating. I've had to delegate a good deal of responsibility now because of the growth of the number of acts which we handle and so on, but I don't find this easy.
How far are your artists governed by your sense of good taste? I mean by that, how much do your views influence them?
I think to a certain extent.
Both in their private life and in their performance?
Also to a certain extent, yes. It's difficult to say this because it depends on the artist concerned, and it depends how much they bring of themselves or they wish me to bring of myself.
Don't you ever feel that you're in a position of exploiting them? Because a lot of people complain about managers that they are parasitic. How do you always react to that?
I do feel this, and I'm very careful, desperately careful, not ever to exploit them. I think this is terribly important. And I was very conscious of this kind of thing when I entered the business.
Are you still conscious of it now?
Yes.
You still feel, I must not exploit this person?
Yes, absolutely. I still feel that even if they don't want to know about a certain contract or a certain fee or something, it's my duty to inform them, even though they may throw the bit of paper away on which I tell them.
But doesn't this make life terribly uncomfortable for you?
No, not at all. I think many of my artists are conscious of the fact that I do want them to know what's going on, and I do not try to exploit them consciously anyway.
Well, you've certainly produced a cellar full of noise. Brian Epstein, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.